push-ups. I've been doing sit-ups. I've been doing chin-ups. I've been doing pull-ups. I threw up once, but I'm okay now.
Oh, welcome into the YSN Power Hour Super Show. DJ Yoakley alongside, well, we got some cameos here today. Let's point them out. EB makes his triumphant
Return. Here comes the cough. Return. The word is return.
I almost died on choking on a Skittle earlier. Richie had to give me the Heimlich. But we're okay. We're okay. I've been doing push-ups. I've been doing sit-ups. I've been doing chin-ups. But we're okay now. Richie Giuliano, the world savior here in the athletic studios. Anthony Romo, as well as Jamie Thompson. We got Mikey G. But ladies and gentlemen, making his triumphant return to the YSN Power Hour, it's this guy, Mikey McNuggies. What's up, Mike?
First thing I just want to point out, I love how everybody else has such great looking cameras, and then you got this HP computer camera for me that's completely fogged up, so love it.
I was going to ask, did you light off fireworks in your room? Or what did you do? Looks like I have the Super Bowl halftime show. Yeah, you can wipe it off. You're okay.
I mean, you think that it's fogged up, but it's not. It's just the camera's really bad.
Well,
get your YSN camera up there.
Yeah, get your YSN. Put it up. Let's give it to you for a reason.
Let's see, it does nothing.
Wow, dude, that looks so much better now.
Better.
I know.
Great work. It is actually better.
It is.
You look
well,
like
a little better.
It is the YSN Power Hour Super Show, and you know what we do? We do the picks, and we're going to get started right off the jump here because we got a lot of picks and a lot of games here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, you can catch them all right here on ysnlive.com. Absolutely free the last week for it, so enjoy it because next week we go to pay-per-view style where you can pay $9.99 and get every single game that we have to offer on a nightly basis. Richard, lead us off.
North Baltimore and the Windy City at Wyndham.
Windy City. I'm going to go Wyndham on this because I don't know anything about North Baltimore. Anything Baltimore, I'm out. Lamar Jackson, peace.
They're 2-7. They got beat 55-0 last week, so I'm going to have to go with Wyndham.
Their quarterback's holding out too. So, all right, you're going Wyndham, EB?
Wyndham, I don't think Ray Lewis is walking through North Baltimore's locker room anytime soon, and I couldn't even tell you where that's at. So, bomb away.
I'm going to go with the Wyndham as well in this one.
Radar says Wyndham as well.
I like Radar's pick. I'm sticking with the Bombers. North Baltimore's 2 wins have come against both now 0-9 teams. So, take that.
Nugs?
I mean, who likes Baltimore? So, we'll go Wyndham.
I knew it.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, I hate Baltimore too as a Steelers fan. I don't even know where they're at, so I got to go Wyndham.
JB, what do you like about Baltimore?
Lamar Jack and Mandrews. I mean, I'm
Crab
a huge
cakes?
Mandrews guy.
Listen, if North Baltimore serves us up some crab cakes, I'm in. Like, I'll switch my pick. No offense to Wyndham, but I'm a chubby kid likes crab cakes. What do we got next?
Boardman at Canfield.
Okay. All right. You want to set the tone on this one?
I mean, obviously Boardman lost 3 in a row to Harding, Dover, and Fitch. I think last week was a lot closer than a lot of people looked on the scoreboard. It was an 8-point game, 1 touchdown game, and a 2-point conversion in the fourth quarter. They couldn't convert on 4th down, and then Fitch kind of took it away. Boardman's offensive scheme has kind of changed since the beginning of the season. They like to run a little bit of power where they run 2 tight ends. Their quarterback, Andujar, obviously the big right side of their line, he likes to run off that side. So they've kind of changed it up a little bit. DJ Dota has made some adjustments, but I still think with Canfield's linebacking crew and their safety abilities with Anthony Mazzella and Brock Lowry, I still think they're going to be able to hold Boardman to minimal offense tonight, and I think the Cardinals are going to take it.
I, too, am going to take the Cardinals. I think that they've got too much invested in this season to kind of be that, what did I say, the turnstile for Boardman to get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I think, unfortunately, Boardman's season comes to an end this evening. EB?
Yeah, this is Richie and I talked about this at the YSU game Saturday. Like Canfield had a couple games to where they knew they're going to get tested. Then it's just building up for where they're going to get in the playoffs. Ironically, I think this is like the 4th or 5th year in a row that Boardman's gone 4-6. Like they just can't get over that hump to get to 500 or above, which they get athletes, but their schedule is brutal. And you know, Canfield's just good. I don't see Boardman giving Canfield too much resistance. You know, they'd have to really control the ball the whole way through it, and Canfield's just too good.
I will say this, last year too, Boardman, they needed to beat Canfield at home to get into the playoffs. Same situation again this year. They got to win or else they're out. And last year it was a 1-possession game. They won by 6. So, you know, this is a team that always plays Canfield tough. You got to come on the road this year, but I still think it's going to be a pretty decent game.
I got to ask you if you would just pick up your damn cucumbers from your Aunt Fork's house.
I forgot to.
Kristen goes Canfield here, and then she goes, I got to go against my Spartans. And then Radar, maybe they're not on the same page because I hate to go against Kristen. I'm going Canfield to end Boardman's season with a Canfield over Boardman.
Does Radar not remind you of like Lee Corso?
He is.
I just wait. Not so fast.
Not so fast, sweetheart. Roma, what do you have?
Battle in the comments.
Yeah, I think this could be a huge trap game to end the regular season with Boardman playing for a lot. I think Richie and I have talked about this throughout the week that, I mean, Boardman, they're kind of playing with house money right here. Their season's on the line. They got to win to get in. And it was such a close game last year, but I think Canfield will be able to edge them out, but I think it'll be a really good game.
James?
Don't talk to Tito about house money because if you ask him, they're always supposed to win. That was a pretty good quote from him in that playoff series. But I like Canfield in this one. They've won the last 6 matchups against Boardman. I think they're going to make it 7 tonight. I've got Pavs cards.
McNuggies?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take Canfield, jump on the train with everybody else.
Mikey?
Yeah, I'm going to take Canfield as well. I like the cards to roll tonight.
All right, next game.
Champion at Brookfield.
Ooh. Brookfield, we had a comment earlier this week that we don't give enough love to Brookfield. And I think we've given adequate love to Brookfield, especially after that first week loss to Ursuline. And they have been the hottest team on the network, I think, outside of maybe Beaver Local. I like Brookfield in this one.
I do too. You know, they've won 7 consecutive, right? Or 8. 8. They're 8-1. Yeah, so I like Brookfield here. And, you know, champion up and down season. We've seen a lot of pros and then a lot of cons this year from the Golden Flashes, and I just think Brookfield's a hotter team right now.
EB?
Brookfield made it, 8? Definitely going to make it 9 in a row. So they're playing well.
D6 is a tough bid this year. So, I mean, get what you can in the regular season because you just don't know. And even in the regionals, I think it's going to be tough. Brookfield and Valley and United. And then there's that other team, Kirtland, that's just hanging around, lurking in the shadows.
I don't think they're hanging around.
They're not lurking in the shadows. They're standing
They're
out.
in the limelight.
No way, man. They're like the boogeyman. Like the boogeyman doesn't hang out in just the middle of the day.
Yeah,
like,
because
so they're
they're
either
not.
the Yeti or they're the boogeyman. Which one do you want? Which one's scarier? Boogeyman. Wait till you see my pick for Kirtland. I got something.
Oh, dude.
Romo,
But
what do
yeah,
you got?
like you were saying, DJ, I feel like you kind of took the words right out of my mouth. I think Division 6 is going to have a lot of intriguing playoff matchups over the next few weeks. I think Brookfield's going to win tonight, and it's going to be a tough go for anyone that has to play the Warriors because they faced defeat this year, but that was a long time ago. They're clicking on all cylinders right now.
Does anybody else feel like they're just like the angry hornet in the nest? You know, because of what they had to do and what the scrutiny that they had after the Ursuline game. Like, usually that stuff fades away. I mean, it's like honey on them. It's just sticking to them for the last 9 weeks. So I kind of like it, to be honest with you, James.
Yeah, I think they're definitely playing with an attitude this year, and it's kind of warranted. For me, I had them at 5 in my rankings after last week. They moved down a spot in ours. I think our voters give them a little bit more respect. I love Brookfield here tonight. They're going to end the Flashes season.
Nugs?
Yeah, I'll take Brookfield as well. I mean, they are rolling right now.
Yeah, I like Brookfield as well in this one. I think they win big tonight, and I'll just go ahead and say right now, I think they have the best chance to beat Kirtland in that region.
Ooh. Wait till you hear about Orange. I'm going to tell you a little story. Not really, but I'll tell you a story anyway. Next game.
East at Cheney. Both teams playing on their home field tonight. I guess that might be the only pro out of the game.
Cheney.
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 Yeah, Cheney.
Ian, which one do you think?
Well, let me tell you something. I was at the YMCA lifting with the quarterback the other day, and he has really big biceps. You know, he's a really athletic kid. I like how he runs the ball, and he can really throw it out there. They got some good athletes on the outside, and those defensive ends really do a good job getting upfield. I'm going to go Cheney.
I thought you were going to go Niles. I thought it was coming.
In all honesty, though, about East, when they played Ursuline last week, they have a couple kids that are some standout athletes on that team, and they're a very young team. So I think that if East can find a way to keep all those kids together on the same team, and then get some new guys that come in and kind of fill out that roster, because they only had like 17 guys dressed against Ursuline last week. If they can find a way to fill out that roster, I think that over the next few years they'll be able to get some wins.
I agree wholeheartedly with you. And also, I wish we had Ian O'Brien on. We joke, but we
Where
missed
is
him.
he?
I don't know. He just didn't show up today.
It's tough.
He's probably in his kitchen. I don't know what he's drinking a protein shake or something. I have no idea.
Battle of the
know what's
Bridge.
coming tonight.
Edgewood at Lakeside.
Okay, so Sam and Ryan were in HQ earlier today. We got absolutely nothing done. But they gave us a little insight on this. This is going to be a physical matchup, and one that neither team kind of backs off in, and it could get ugly some years. Hopefully it doesn't get ugly tonight. I'm going to go, what was it, Lakeside? Yeah, Lakeside.
Yeah. I'm going Lakeside as well. When you look at their schedule, they've got 3 very, I'd say, good losses when you look at it. Perry, who's 7-2. Kirtland, of course, is 9-0. And then I think they lost one in a game that they should have won against Geneva. So I'm going to have to go Lakeside here over Edgewood.
I know nothing of these two teams other than Lakeside has a great athletic director and phenomenal hospitality that they gave us last year during the district. So I'm going to go with the Dragons.
Shout out to Sean. Struthers guys knew. Lakeside.
Struthers guy.
I'm going to take Lakeside 2 here tonight.
Yeah, I like Lakeside as well. This is big brother versus little brother right here. The Dragons going to have to give it to the Warriors tonight.
Who's big brother?
Lakeside, there's no
Okay.
doubt.
Just making sure. I didn't know.
They won 10 of the last 12
Not-
matches. Yes.
We're not real familiar with these teams, to be quite honest. So I'm trying to learn on the jump here.
Well, if Jamie's going to put it big brother versus little brother, big brother wins every time. So give me Lakeside.
That's not true. Little brother.
Well, at
can
least
get
from my experience, that's true.
Wait till your little brother kicks your ass. It's coming.
I've been waiting for 15 years now.
He's gonna kill you, man. He's gonna do push-ups just listening that last quote. He's gonna be your dad's size. That's what is gonna happen. Your dad scares me.
I'll take Lakeside.
Okay, next game.
Jefferson at Lakeview.
Sammy says Jefferson. I like Jefferson in this
I
one.
do too, yeah.
But he came in puffy chest talking about Jefferson and Poland. Did he not?
He did.
And he said, I got a little something for Jamie.
Where's
And
he at?
He never cut.
I told
The
him to
promo.
pre-record it.
Oh, he wanted to. Okay, I see how it
Still
is,
might
Sammy.
pop in at some point.
Yeah, he said he might do it.
Let me tell you what, I hope he doesn't.
the Cats this week. Ooh.
Hey, I
Those
wasn't
guys
hating
been
on the
keeping
Cats.
receipts.
I wasn't hating on the Cats. I just thought Gerard was better than what they actually are, I guess.
He's been keeping receipts on you, Jamie.
Yeah, man.
Hey, let him come.
Exempt.
Let him come.
All right. Romo, what do you have?
I have Jefferson in this one tonight.
I'm sorry, EB, did you pick?
Jefferson. That's where I'm at. Back to you.
I was all Jefferson the last few years. Now that Sam's come on here, I feel like my love has just kind of faded away because I want to have that rivalry against him. But I got to go with the Falcons here tonight.
Sam versus Jamie rivalry. I would love that every week. All right, Nuggies, what do you have?
Yeah, I think Jefferson were they not top 2 in their region at one point this season?
They were.
They were before
They
that.
were.
Well, the week of the Gerard game.
Well, yeah, I feel like Jefferson's had a really good season. I think they're going to keep it going tonight.
Now, it's at Lakeview, right?
Yep.
So keep that in mind in the back of your skulls, because that might go into this.
I'll take Jefferson as well, though. Oftentimes when Sammy picks Jefferson, I feel like they always lose. So
You're not wrong.
I'm gonna
That's
go.
going to be tough tonight, man. Lakeview's only scored 9 points in the last 5 games.
I'm gonna go with Jefferson.
I'm interested. Like, it actually took me longer to pick Jefferson than you might think, because I got to see Lakeview last week. That running back they have, I'm really impressed. Nolan Toth, good
He's
little
a good
back.
player. He's a
Good little
player.
back. Their quarterback's pretty doggone good too. I can't think of his name right now.
They run 2 different ones. You just never know which one's going to be out there.
It's the kid. I mean, it's a prominent Poland name. I can't remember it. I'm sorry. Move on.
LeBray at Camel.
Okay, so here's an interesting thing. So we all look at our the website, the Fantastic 50, whatever it is.
Drew Pasture.
Yeah, Drew Pasture. They've got Lakeview, or excuse me, they have LeBray 1-point favorites in this game, guys. They must know something that I don't know, because I'm not taking LeBray.
I'm not either.
I don't know why. I mean, if that helps you in your decision, but 1-point favorites for the Vikes here this week in the Fantastic 50. EB?
Well, that just changes everything because I know nothing about either team, so I'm going to go Campbell.
Is it me?
Romo.
Okay. Well, Richie didn't say anything. I didn't know. I'll go Camel as well.
I think this was definitely a tough game to pick, DJ. I'm on with you there. Camels looked good at times, but they've also looked really bad. For LeBray, it's just kind of all been bad. I don't think I can put my trust in an 0-9 team, so I've got the Red Devils.
Memorial's got some signature wins this year, and it sounds weird to say that, but they do. You know, who was it? Was it Liberty? Champion. That's what it was. Oof. McNuggies.
Yeah, I'll go with Campbell too, but might be close. I mean, obviously this isn't Vegas or anything, but the odds makers always know something we don't.
I've never seen this Drew Pasture before. Like, I'd love to talk to him.
I heard of him a couple of weeks ago. That was the first time I was introduced to him.
Really?
He hit last week at
We've been
88%.
on Pasture for years. He's been running that since like 2013.
I've never
every
seen
year.
it before this year.
Yeah.
Doing spreads and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, obviously with sports betting only becoming legal in like a few months, kind of makes sense he's popping up now. But
Well, you can't
You still
High school
bet
sports.
on high school sports.
Come on now.
But like, he's hitting an 88% clip, which is impressive no matter which way you look at it. Spreads included. That's
If you
nuts.
take away like all the week 1 games, because sometimes those are like way off, I bet that percentage is way higher.
I just don't know how he does it. You know, like, it's one thing in Vegas with professionals and in college sports, but high school sports,
That's another thing when it's Pasture. Pasture's on a whole nother level.
I guess so. Mikey, who do you have in this game?
I'll take Camel. I think it'll be close, but I think Camel wins by a touchdown to 2 scores.
Interesting. So we just took all Camel, right? Drew Pasture is going to laugh in our face later.
Liberty, or we're going to laugh at it.
Or I'm going to giggle at Pasture.
Liberty at Garfield. Looking at Liberty, you know, they are barely ahead of Chagrin Falls for that 16 spot. Chagrin's got Geneva tonight on the road, who's D3, so that'll be a tough game for them. If you're Liberty right now, you're kind of putting your hands in other teams because you need Geneva to beat Chagrin, unless you pull off a big upset tonight.
I think Garfield's going to just handle business.
I do too. I think Garfield beats Liberty, and Liberty prays that Geneva beats Chagrin, or else they might not be in.
But isn't that region or the Division 5?
That'd be the
So you'd
16
get
seed.
they get South Range.
Yeah.
Well,
Good luck. No, I mean, Garfield's just one of those teams that are just so steady year in, year out. I don't think you can ever go against them because they just chop wood and do work. So,
And that's where Brookfield got pissed at us because I think there was a lot of people that took Brookfield or didn't take Brookfield in that game because we all thought Garfield was, play in a sandbox and see how it goes.
I get what Brookfield's
JFK.
like I get what Brookfield's saying it, and they're playing with a chip on their shoulder. I think they know that week one isn't an inclination of who that team is, but like we just said, last round, week one's so tough to pick because some teams are ahead of each other. It's just it's no inclination to who Brookfield is, but when you go back and you just look at year in, year out, the consistency, Garfield's there in literally like every sport. So definitely Garfield.
Rama?
Yeah, this was a real close game last year. Liberty blocked a punt in the fourth quarter or something. They almost upset the G-Men.
Easy game.
Should be another good game this year, but Garfield will come out on top, I think.
I think your boy DC kind of took over that game though last year.
Yeah, it's tough piece to lose in that puzzle.
Yeah, Liberty definitely doesn't have DC this year. Kind of like Richie talked about earlier, the Boardman Canfield. Boardman needed a win to get in. Liberty kind of that same thing here tonight. I think the G-Men are going to come in pissed off from last week, and I think they're going to roll over Liberty tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to take the G-Men as well.
Mikey?
Yeah, I'm going upset central here. I got Liberty with the win tonight. I haven't picked pretty much any upsets this year, so I'm going to go off the grain and go with Liberty.
Look at you, the Russell Pavlov upset special, number 7. We'll take it. What else we got?
Fighting Colleges of Lindsley against Louisville.
All right. So, Lindsley, in case this is your first time tuning into this show, have a kicker from another country. They've got a bunch of different players from other countries. Basically a boarding school out of West Virginia. They've beaten Steubenville.
Mm-hmm.
They've beaten Dover.
Mm-hmm.
They've beaten Cardamone. And tonight they lose to the Leopards. Chuck it, Chuck.
No, they don't.
Damn it, Richie. I had such momentum going in that direction.
I got Lindsley by a couple touchdowns.
Get the hell out of my studio.
I'm with that guy.
I'll take Lindsley too.
Yeah, the one team you forgot to add in there, DJ, was Fort Fry. Fort Fry, good football team.
That's right.
For them.
I got great pickup.
Fort Fry.
You know what? I don't think.
That's right.
I don't think as a basketball player I've ever beaten Lindsley, and I hate them just because of that. So I'm going to go ahead and pick Louisville here.
Have you ever beaten Louisville?
I don't think I've ever played Louisville, so I've played Lindsley.
Yeah, I got Lindsley in this one. Louisville played Steubenville, lost 21-0. Lindsley beat Steubenville by 1 point. I got Lindsley by a couple scores.
That's pretty clever, Kristen. Winsley. That's pretty clever.
Lisbon at Columbiana.
All right.
One here in week 10.
This is a dogfight. Let's bring in the Clipper to talk about this one. Spade gets his 201st, and then you end the season with Lisbon, which is a great rivalry. But the Clippers have already come out and said, we're not going to go to the playoffs. We're going to opt out. I don't think that they were invited. But talk to me about this rivalry.
This is kind of like a newer rivalry because it kind of might have stemmed from basketball a little bit. You had the Todd Johnson, Chris Huxhold, brother bowl. So this is like the little brother to the brother bowl, if you want to call it that. But if you take it back, like Columbiana and Lisbon have always been those two teams that were kind of in the thick of things, or you had to go through them to win the league. And it's just for Spade at this point, you have nothing to lose. We spoke about house money earlier. This is your last hurrah, especially for your seniors. There's very few people that I know who can get people amped up to run through a wall like Bob Spade can. They're like the other two that I can think of. Paul Julia, Paul Cusick. Like you put those three together for a pregame speech, they get you rolling. And it's the last home game for the seniors. I think Columbiana knew they went through a gauntlet of a schedule. they were 2 plays away from winning 2 games, but then you run into United, Southern, Valley, and everyone knows what that is, especially when you do it 3 weeks in a row. I mean, for this one, I think everything points towards Lisbon. You know, they've played better, that they've figured some things out, but you know, DJ, there's a reason you're going to Columbiana, and it's either because you like the Clipper clap or because you wanted the one and only authentic.
Here it comes.
Eric Bailey edition of a helmet.
Oh.
So we're going to go Coach Bo in the clips.
He goes straight up swerve on us. Who did we lose? Jamie.
Oh, he's going. I already know what he's going to do.
Okay.
He's on the
Dear
list.
God.
Here we go.
I know what Jamie's got too. Actually.
Uh-oh.
Hey, I'll tell you what, I missed the Jamie specials on these picks.
I think everybody does. But EB breaks out the brand new Columbiana edition. Oh, Jamie's back. I wonder what's going on.
I lost my Lisbon shirt.
Oh.
Lost my Lisbon shirt. So glad you're back, EB, though, so I could pick against Columbiana right now.
Perfectly okay. You're on the list.
I'll take Lisbon in this one.
Okay. Romo's on Lisbon.
Yeah. I think you might have a list of 6 guys here.
Probably.
Lisbon as
Look,
well.
look, if Janaki doesn't pick Columbiana,
I can't go against Lisbon,
why?
but I'm picking Columbiana. So
All right. He got a
See?
Columbiana. All
I
right.
was going to say, what your high school degree to your diploma,
Yeah.
what's it say? It doesn't say Lisbon. It doesn't say David Anderson. It doesn't say whatever happens down in
What?
good old Lisbon.
Columbiana.
McNuggies, who do you have?
Well, I'll take Lisbon.
I'm going to go Lisbon too. I just think they've been impressive this year, and especially in the EOAC in situations where they can't. Even against Valley, they fought valiantly. The Southern game, the United game. I mean, I like Lisbon here. I think they're in the playoffs as far as we know. So I think they take care of business tonight. And is this at Lisbon or is that
It's at Columbia.
at Columbiana? So in EB, they're getting a new facility, same spot, turfing it.
So, to my knowledge, it's gonna happen in phases. Like phase 1, they just approved the home stands, which needs it. So
Yeah.
they're gonna match everything to how the rest of the park looks.
Gotcha.
They're gonna keep the press box. They're gonna do like the actual, I guess, reserve seating in the middle and then stadium seating on the sides. And the goal is to do turf and then redo the track around it. So
And that's starting this year, right? This year, next year, whatever it is. 2023.
Yeah, 2023. I know Sean Zettner is like kind of headlining everything, doing a great job. Like they've done a really good job to put everything in place, and it needed to happen. And there's always a lot of value back and forth. Well, it's in the park, but the school uses it, this and that. So I'm glad they figured something out, because it's not that it was an eyesore, but it definitely just needed a little TLC.
Yep.
And there's a lot of things that you can do to make that a big draw, just to, what they've already done in that park.
So it's the last time we'll see it like it is. Something will happen. Something will change moving into 2023. So
Should. I'm not 100% certain.
Gotcha.
I think the field's going to stay the same. Like that's phase 2. They haven't approved anything with the field. The goal is to go turf. You're probably going to get a lot of resistance from people about turf,
Sure.
Being in the park. And I think the more and more you start to get people looking into it, the big question is you do turf, but then what do you do in 5-10 years when you got to replace it? So
that's why you do red turf. I think it'd be sweet to have red turf in the park. Nobody would have red turf other than the Clippers. What's our next game?
Mineral Ridge at Waterloo.
This one is a little bit more interesting, I think, than most people are giving credit for. Waterloo has been a team that hasn't really come onto the scene. They've got some nice wins. I'm still going to go Ridge here because I think they're upset, but especially after that last week to Lowville. But don't count Waterloo out. Don't count them out. EB.
Yeah, I wouldn't count out Waterloo, but I think Ridge kind of, if there's a good loss, last week was a good loss. Like
Agreed.
They
By 2 scores?
Yeah, they answered a lot of questions because Lowville was just steamrolling everyone. So I'm going to go Ridge.
I'm going to go Mineral Ridge in this one as well.
Yeah, I like Mineral Ridge. Waterloo really needed that win last week against McDonald. I think they're going to lose tonight. Season's going to end. Going to have to wait at least one more year to break that playoff drop.
Yeah, I'll go Mineral Ridge as well.
Yeah, I like the Rams here.
Oh, Omaha upset special. Waterloo over Mineral Ridge, says Radar. Powerade special today.
All right. Newton Falls at Crestview is our next one.
All right, so this one is a big one because Crestview is listed at number 16 in their division, right, in their region, correct? If they lose, they go home. If they win, intents and purposes, they should be in. But here's the thing, guys. We talked about it. Liberty, remember that game earlier where it got canceled because of COVID? That game could very well cost Crestview their season if they lose tonight. I'm picking the Rebels.
This is a must-win for Crestview. Independence kind of lurking behind, plays a Brooklyn team who's 3-6 tonight, so I project Independence to beat them. And if Crestview falls, they're going to jump them for that 16 spot. So this is a do or die situation for the playoffs here tonight for the Rebels. But I'm going to pick them.
Yeah, when it comes to getting into the playoffs, Q just does a great job of getting his teams ready and seeing the big picture. And it's get to week 11, records are out the window. It's a whole new season. So give me the Rebs.
I'll take Crestview as well in this one.
Yeah, I like Crestview too. They played definitely one of the tougher schedules in the area. They haven't lost to a single team that's not going to make the postseason. I don't think that's changing tonight.
Yeah, I'll take Crestview as well.
Yeah, I like the Rebels here.
This is where we're missing Ian O'Brien.
Niles Gerard.
Niles Gerard.
Gerard.
Well, Niles running back does a really good job when he gets to the edge, and he picks up a lot of yards after contact, and it's really going to come down to the quarterback play. He's been doing a lot of nice things. I talked to the coach the other day, and he really inspired me for what he's going to do with his pregame speech. And it's like Eminem. I have mom's spaghetti ready to go. You got one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted. I want to go Niles, but I'm not.
Sims is banged up. Niles with the upset, says Struthers guy. That's your dude, James. That's your dude.
I don't know about all that now.
I'll take Gerard.
Yeah, OB, you talked a little bit about how good Antoine Gardner is. Unfortunately, he had negative 14 rushing yards last week against the Eagles. So I'm going to take Gerard here. Hey, some Indians finally get to rock the baby. Just say that.
Man, that is dirty. And they're the Guardians.
Oh, God. So sorry. Totally forgot there.
Boo. No, I'm kidding. I'll go with Gerard to win this game, though.
Mikey G might be frozen.
He's giving us a staring contest.
Mikey's on
He never
America.
loses.
Yep, there he goes.
Nah, he loses.
Pulling at Struthers.
Oh,
This is where we needed.
this is where Sammy needed to pop in.
Struthers guy, what do you think?
Yeah, Struthers guy, let us know what you think.
Is Sammy Struthers guy?
No way.
No, he wanted to talk about the game too.
I'm going to say, he says cats in all caps.
Cats. Wildcats.
Cats and caps. I'm going to go, listen, I can't go against Struthers right now, man. Like, to me, they're one of the funnest teams to watch play football. Scrappy McGee. Give me the Cats. Wildcats.
I'm taking Struthers as well. Ashton Beulah guy.
Struthers.
Yeah, I'll go Struthers too. I think Poland's just been so banged up this year, but even so, like, this looks like a down year. They're still going to make the playoffs, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So down year for the Dogs, but that's just because their expectations. But I think this is a big win for Struthers.
Still in the dance. Rome?
I'm with Kristen. Give me Poland.
Ooh, a little flavor. Okay.
I tell you what, if I had a nickel for every time someone from Struthers complained about my love for the Wildcats, I'd have a lot more than this one nickel. I think Romo can attest to that. But with that said, I'm sticking with Struthers in this one. I think the resurgent football team are going to continue the impressive streak tonight and into week 11.
You guys don't know about Yappy.
Oh, we know about Yappy.
Hmm.
Mikey.
I'm going to go with Struthers on this one, but this is obviously going to be a big game for both of these teams. Whoever wins this one very well could end up with a home playoff game. So
Ooh,
this is going to be a big game.
good point.
I'll take Struthers, though.
All
Yep.
right, buckle up.
Struthers.
You ready?
Wait a minute. We got to do this for Radar. Degenerate. Struthers beats Poland. Kristen gives me the dollar, and she and Mike Kowecki sings to Scotty and me at the Struthers High School alma mater.
Can we get that live?
That is going to be streamed live on YSN pay-per-view only. Coming to a living room near you. Yes, sir.
Mr. Raider, 2 Eagles. South Range going to H-Town tonight.
You guys got anything to say?
Want me to preview it a little
Go
bit?
ahead. Toss it out there. I'll give you
All right,
full screening.
I'll throw it out here. It's a battle of the streaks tonight at the beautiful Hubbard Memorial Stadium. South Range, of course, they have their 29-game regular season winning streak, but the Eagles hold a 12-game winning streak at home. Their last blemish came to South Range in 2020. Now, I'll tell you this much, DJ. Okay, I've been saying the last few weeks that South Range is going to beat Hubbard, and I'm not backing away from that now. I've got the Raiders in this one, but if you're going to tell me that Hubbard's just going to lay down and get absolutely blown out, I think you're out of your mind. I think Hubbard, we have a long, proudful Hubbard football tradition. I think the boys are going to battle tonight. The change of the offense is going to make it at least a little bit closer here. Don't expect the Eagles to get blown out, but South Range, they win the football game.
Your buddy in the Fantastic 50 says South Range by 33.
And he also said LeBray over Camel. So
Oh, all right, big shot. Let's hear it from you.
I mean, I'm taking South Range too. I mean, don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying. I mean, a little less steam to the matchup this year than last year, but I think that it's still 2 quality programs and it should be a good game tonight.
Beautiful is a tough place to play, man. It's a tough place to play. I think that can keep it close.
South Range cooks. I'm calling it homer pick straight up, and I think they want to get to that running clock and get some rest for their players, same as they've done
all year.
I'm just saying. That's to me. I think that's where you want to get, especially going into to week 11. So that's where I'm going. Where are you going?
Taking South Range, but I think Hubbard's defense knuckles down, baby. Let's go.
I don't know if the game will necessarily get to a running clock tonight. I hope it's a full length game going until 9:15.
I hope it's a great game. I really do.
Me too. Me too.
Let's go McNuggies.
I think this could be one of those games where you look at the score at halftime and you're like, what? It's a surprising score. Hubbard could keep it close, and then second half, it's South Range kind of taking over and winning this game. I don't think they get to a running clock, but the Raiders are going to win by 20+.
Janaki?
Yeah, I think South Range wins. I think it's closer than people think. Fantastic, whatever their name is. But 33 points is way too much. I think Hubbard's defense is good enough. Whether their offense can score or not, that'll be to remain seen. But I like South Range by 10 points.
I feel like this is like Gerard all over again. Just feels the same way, EB.
I feel like Hubbard would need a TC Caffey to make this like a close game. But then again, I remember they had a TC Caffey and it still wasn't a close game.
Just remember the number 1 stat of the year, TC Caffey with more rushing yards against Toledo than he had against South Range.
Yeah, how's Dominguez doing at YSU?
Pretty good.
Is he?
Is he still playing?
I saw him on the sideline, and I was looking at him. And you guys remember who was the wrestler that used to bite the apple?
Carlito?
Yeah, Carlito.
I said his
He
hair.
grew his hair back, yeah.
Like Carlito.
Yeah, he grew his hair back. He cut it late in the season last year, and he grew it back.
Yeah. Looks like Carlito.
Why did you bring, of all people, you brought up Dominguez?
Yeah.
Why Dominguez?
Well, that was the comparison last year, right? Who was better, Dominguez or Caffey? That was always your guys' talk.
He did pretty all right in that game.
He definitely did.
Yeah, he did. He
He's a
did.
good football player.
It's going to be South Range by 10 at halftime, and then you just you hear the music and it's WWE style. TC Caffey runs out of the tunnel and saves the day.
I don't think so.
They only lose by 13.
I don't know if he can do that tonight, man. The offensive line, not what it was last year, and we saw how that went.
I think he's out of eligibility.
That's never
I
stopped
think he
us.
can find an extra COVID year.
Yeah.
It's never stopped us. Is that what you said?
Never stopped us before, baby.
Well, you guys and Lindsley can play, and we'll see who takes it from there.
There you go.
Probably Lindley.
All right, next game.
Southeast at Warren JFK.
JFK.
Yeah.
Yep, JFK.
I'm gonna take JFK.
I like JFK as well.
Taking JFK.
Yeah, JFK.
This is a better game. United at Southern.
All right, this is
a good game.
where the rubber meets the road. Playing for the silver, but this is an absolute rivalry. If you know anything about this game, EOAC, this is one of those Week 10 circle on your calendars. In Southern, the Wigwam, as we like to call it, DJ Ogilvy always shows up big, and his teams always show up big for this game. I think, I don't know, man. I'm still on the fence. I think Southern wins, but not by a lot. Maybe a score, maybe less than that. It might be a late score to win it. Eagles give it their all.
We talked about it, and Southern's only lost the Valley, and the only way you beat Southern is you control the edges with that wing T, and you make Wyatt Morris run up the middle. And I think Valley and Coach Ake did a great job of doing that. Now the question is, does United have a fast enough secondary to compete with that? I don't know. I guess we'll see tonight. But I'm going to take Southern here in a 2-touchdown game.
You know what? The big thing we've talked about is, can Southern throw the football?
And they don't. They really don't.
And everybody talks about Southern being a good look at like Kirtland, but Kirtland can throw.
Kirtland can throw it as well, yeah.
And DJ Ogilvy's a great coach. I mean, he's coached at a lot of great places. I think he's going to identify that. And the only way, I guess one of the ways that United can pull this off is if they just dominate the front line. Mm-hmm. And they've got some big boys to do it. So it's going to be interesting. I kind of want to change my pick now to United.
But I talked about Southern, they structure their line to where their guards weigh as much as me, but they're quick and all they do is pull. So they always have that advantage. So
that's the wing T way though.
Yeah,
you want your quick guards.
Yeah.
I think like United, it's going to depend because Southern runs a 4-4. So how much pressure can Southern get, and if you can eliminate United's big plays, because United's going to look to throw. They toss.
Did you see Luke Courtney kicking that field goal? It was probably good from 50, 60 yards.
That was easy, like good from 55. So if it's close in a game and it's 21-24 or something, or that's a weapon you got to use. I like Southern just because wing T, you're going to control the ball, you're going to control the time. It just depends how much pressure they get out of that 4-4, and if you can just eliminate any of the big plays.
Siggy says they don't throw it. We'll see if they can practice defending it. Ooh. Roma?
I'm going to take Southern in this one.
Yeah, past 6 matchups in the series, it's been split right down the middle, 3-3. You guys know how much I love the Wigwam. I think it's one of the toughest places to play on the network. Give me the Indians in this one, baby. Third 9-win season in the last 5 years.
Come on.
Yeah. There it is. a little peekaboo. It's a win. Big Nuggies.
I think I might go on an island here. I'm going to go with United to win this one.
I don't think you're on an island. I'm right there. I'm like 51-49.
No, I agree with you, McNuggies. I like United in this one as well. They can really throw the rock around a little bit, and I think that's going to be enough to get the win.
Grant Knight. That name's going to be called a few times.
I think if this was at United, I'd go United.
Really?
Because United's another tough place to play.
That's still grass, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. And plus, like when you're at United, your locker room's so far away. You have to walk. There's just same with Southern. Like they both have a unique like home field advantage to their locations.
That's true Columbiana County. Like out there, you're in Columbiana County when you're playing one of those two spots. Who we got next?
It's the Holy War, baby. Say your prayers, Ursuline and Mooney.
All right. So I've got this game tonight with Gary Niddle. This is the 68th, I believe, rendition of the Holy War. Ursuline, in all those years, has never won 4 straight tonight they can make history in doing just that. I will say, keep in mind that Cardinal Mooney has not lost by over a score to any local team that they've played this year. So I believe it's a 24-point spread or something along those lines on the Fantastic 50, but I don't see it being anything close to that. I think this is a one-score game late in the game. I'm going to take Mooney for the upset. I don't know why. Maybe I like the underdog in this. Maybe I feel like Mooney's got more to take from this game with a win. I'm going to go with the Cards.
I'm not. I'm going with Ursuline. I've seen Ursuline play a couple times. Really interested to see who starts at quarterback tonight because with DC Farrell back there, you've got an RPO option with Lynch, and it's one of the deadliest offenses that we've got in this valley. And DC's a guy that could also fake that RPO and throw it as well as anybody around this area. I also like the defense for Ursuline. Rohrbaugh leads the way, linebacking crew. Their defensive line is tough. Tyreek Donlow is one of the best physical ends on their squad, and I think Ursuline's just too much tonight for Mooney.
What's playoff implications? Because Mooney right now is matched up with Pitt, which I think if you're Mooney, you want to stay away from those top three because that's another brutal region right there. And if you're Ursuline, you and I talked about this the other day. Between Canfield, Ursuline, Cheney, Chardon, like those could very well be your top four, and that's a gauntlet too. I don't think it's going to be the spread like whoever Drew Pastor is. It very rarely is. I think Ursuline wins, but it's either a 3 or 7 point game.
Rama?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really good game. I think Ursuline's going to get the upper hand tonight. I'm glad that you guys are on the call. I'll make my way up to the booth after the YSU volleyball match at 6:00. I think Ursuline will get the upper hand, but I think Ashton O'Brien is a really good quarterback, and I'm interested to see what Mooney does come playoff time.
Wait, so you're coming to the game tonight?
Yeah, YSU just plays right down the hill. That's why I can't do it, because YSU has a volleyball match at 6.
Sweet. Okay. That'll be great. I'll bring the extra headset.
It's at Ursuline, isn't it?
Ursuline.
It's at YSU, yeah.
James?
Yeah, I like Ursuline in this one. Mooney is definitely a team to watch out for, though, come week 11. I think those top teams in Division 5 should be saying their prayers and hoping that they don't draw Mooney because that's a tough first-round matchup to be ended up with. But Irish make it 4 in a row tonight. Too much firepower.
One of our projections has Edison versus Mooney in the first round.
Dude, that's what I keep seeing, and I'm telling you, I'm praying for that. I really want to see it because I want to know how good Edison is.
That's what we talked about. Yep.
No offense to Edison, you don't want that.
Probably not, but the rest of us do because we've been hearing about Edison. We've been trying to get them and keep them in our top 10. We don't play anybody. We don't know how good they are, and they're beating teams by 50 points. You just don't know. McNuggies.
I think Ursuline's going to win this one by a couple scores, but going back to Edison real quick, I think a good matchup, obviously bias here, but Beaver Local Edison would have been a great matchup if they would have played again this year. I feel like that would have been a close game.
I agree.
That's interesting.
I think they dropped that game.
They did.
They did. Yep.
Yeah, I like Ursuline in this one. I think Mooney keeps it close. It's a rivalry game. It's one of the best rivalries that we have in the Youngstown area. But I think Ursuline ends up winning by 2 scores.
Wow. Am I the only one that took Mooney? OB? So, did OB take Mooney?
I doubt it. What would that game be at?
Here, I got it right here. Here we go.
There's one more Mooney. Who's this? Ty.
Okay.
Ty took Mooney.
Because he just did the Mooney game.
Yeah. Ty took
You ever notice that? Like our announcers, if they've done a game, they attach to that team for their picks.
Well, you have a better understanding of them. You know?
I mean, he saw this Steubenville game, so it was like, ooh, yikes. Okay, next game.
Harding at Fitch.
Fitch.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Fitch.
Falcons.
Yeah, I think this will be a really close game, but
Really?
Fitch will hang on. Yeah, there's some things going on that I think that'll make this a really close game. And Harding always plays Fitch good, I feel like. This is when we were doing our player profiles in Coach's Corner. Wednesday at Sam's Wedge Inn. This is the 5th time they'll play in 3 years now. They've played each other 2 times the last 2 years in the regular season and the playoffs.
Yep.
And I mean, Harding's played a lot of teams tough this year. So, but Fitch knows. Obviously, Fitch knows that this is no walkover. So I think Fitch will win.
This is a close game last year, wasn't it? Onside kick.
I want to
Yes.
say it was.
Jay?
Yeah, I mean, this is a matchup that usually is the top 2 teams in the Valley if you line them up, regardless of school size. To me, with that said, Harding's just not themselves this year. They've dropped games to Ursuline, Mooney, and Cheney, and they barely got out of Boardman with a win. I think they're outmatched tonight. I got the Falcons.
Yeah, I'm going to take Fitch.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Fitcher as well, though this game always tends to be close.
Wellsville at Latonia.
Wellsville.
Yeah, they impressed me last week. That was going to be the upset of the year if they were going to be able to
Kudos.
pull that one off.
Can I say kudos to this Latonia team for finishing the season, though? Because, I mean, that's incredible. Every week we were wondering
It's like
if –
week 4 we were like,
yeah, good for them. I mean, they've just chicken wire and duct tape and string beans and whatever they can do to get on the field and finish the season. Good for them. Well done.
Yeah, it's definitely Wellsville. They're just not what Latonia's just trying to get through. They remind me of like the Little Giants when they all come out with like the leather helmets, and I have my bike helmet, like
the kid bubble wrap.
Yeah, and it's not like
Giants, help us, God.
Unfortunately, there's no icebox walking into that locker room right now. Which kudos for those kids though, because they don't understand this, but like that resiliency is going to take them a lot further in life than if they just would have given up week 4. So they're not going to get the win, but if there's a lot of moral victories behind this year,
yep,
they definitely get them.
Agreed. Roma?
I'm going to take Wellsville here tonight.
James?
Yeah, Wellsville really should have won that game last week, and they should be in the playoff picture right now. So they're going to take care of business tonight.
Should have won.
They honestly
should have won.
They should have won. I really do believe that.
They pin Valley within the 2-yard line, and then they give up that streak down the sideline. It's like there was just some things that kind of fell into place.
I don't know. That sounds like a sugar cookie to me. Should have been chocolate chip.
I mean, I get what he's saying. They definitely had a good opportunity to win that game.
It's a new one. I've never heard that before, DJ.
I'm just saying. I
like it.
Everybody wants chocolate chip cookies, but sprinkles
I
are for
said
winners.
2 for lunch, actually.
Hey, I know you did. Subway. I'm convinced Richie's got stock in Subway.
I know, that's all I eat.
You guys go through that Subway down there like there's no tomorrow.
I'm almost convinced that we're like the only customers they have.
Yeah, I'm going to take Wellsville in this game. Watching that fourth quarter after Beaver Locals game ended, definitely felt like Wellsville should have won that game. Impressive last week. I think they're going to win this one too.
Yeah, I think Wellsville wins.
Western Reserve at Lowville.
There's a projection that has Western Reserve and Lowville playing next week as well, which I kind of always like that. We talked about Fitch and Harding. I don't know how they get this done if Lowville wins tonight. So I'm going to go Lowville.
Lowville.
Another rematch you can kind of look out for is possibly Poland versus Struthers. I've seen that might be a Week 11 matchup.
That was a Week 11 matchup a few years ago, right? I want to say it was.
With who being the host? Struthers?
Yeah, Struthers would host. If they beat Poland tonight, of course, they would need to take care of business, which I think they will. But I got Lowville. I think this is their final tune-up for what they hope can be a deep postseason run. Look for Bologna to have a huge night after they struggled last week.
Yeah, I'm taking Lowville as well.
Yeah, I like Lowville. I think Bologna has a big night.
All right, McNuggies could take this one away. Wheeling Central Catholic at Beaver Local.
Yeah, going to be a big game for the Beavers. If they win this one, they would lock up home field advantage for 2 straight weeks into the playoffs. Both teams coming into this one pretty evenly matched, relying on offensive firepower. I think both teams are averaging over 45 points a game and allowing less than, I believe, 18 points a game. So both teams have dominated heading into this one. I think it comes down to which team is able to kind of get their offense going more. I think that's obviously going to be Beaver Local as a Beaver Local homer. Trying to get a little payback for a 21-7 loss last year. I think Beaver Local is going to get the job done.
Thank you, McNuggies. Captain K says Poland versus Struthers was week 11, 2019. Okay, so beat one for the Beavers. Mikey G.
It's gonna be a close game. I know Wheeling Central won last year. I think they come in again. They're undefeated. I think they get the win tonight.
Ooh. I'm gonna go Beavs.
I'm with Mikey.
Scumbag.
You're gonna have to go Beavers. Like it's a reunion here. So I haven't had a pick on McNuggies at all, which is kind of sad. But Beaver Local's probably like the most shocking team this year to me. Like I did not think they'd be where they're at.
Not after you look at the first 3 weeks.
Yeah.
That was tough.
But like they started to find their way, and they're rolling, and cylinders are all firing on. Give me Beaver Local.
All right, let's go Romo.
I'm going to take Wheeling in this one.
Gosh,
I think I like that pick. The thing with Beaver Local, they've rallied off 7 in a row, but none of them have been like super impressive wins. They have that opportunity here tonight, but Wheeling Central Catholic, they beat a Bel Air squad that's hung with some of the top squads in the state of Ohio. So I got the Maroon Knights.
I couldn't even told you their mascot. Not gonna lie to you, that was a company pick. McNuggies, you better win.
I'm not playing. I'm just being honest.
I'm not playing.
You're part of the team.
Right.
Get ready.
We're at East Liverpool.
East Liverpool.
We're.
I like Weir.
Where?
Yeah, I like Weir as well.
Can't spell
Sounds like
weird
Penn
without
State.
weird.
We're. We are. We're.
No, they're just weird. Weird.
Jackson Milton at McDonald.
I'm going Jackson Milton. I know McDonald's coming on strong. I think we all forgot about Jackson Milton and Schiavi and that entire offense that can be high flying. I'm taking the Jays.
I think you said it for me. McDonald's got a lot of steam heading into week 10, and I'm going to have to take them.
Yeah, but I always feel like Jackson Milton like underperforms or drops one that they shouldn't. Give me McDonald.
I'm going to take Jackson Milton in this one. I'm riding with DJ.
I like McDonald here. They had a big win last week. I think they're going to carry that momentum into this week and secure a playoff spot. Give me them Blue Devils, baby.
I'm going to take Jackson Milton in this one.
No, I like McDonald tonight.
Sebring at Springfield. Is anybody taking Sebring?
Nope.
No.
And kudos to them for finishing out too, by the way, and not having a season next year in regular football. They're going to do 8-man. Kudos to Sebring. Well done.
Edison at Indian Creek.
Edison. I almost said medicine. That's what I need.
Edison as well.
Yeah, I think Indian Creek's gonna need medicine, so give me Edison.
Wow.
I'm going to take Edison too in this one.
Hey, real quick for Sebring, don't worry about the 8-man football because Leighton Vander Esch played 8-man football. You can still make the NFL. Doesn't matter, right? You don't have to play 11 on 11. Just put that out there. I got Edison tonight over Indian Creek. The Redskins, thumbs down, baby. Thumbs down. Don't like winners.
He's talking like 4 times like the speed.
Yeah. What just happened then? StreamYard knew that your opinion was going to suck, so it just said, we're going to fast forward right through this.
Wow. And I picked the company team. I picked the company team. My opinion sucked.
Here's Jamie. Go ahead, McNuggies.
Oh man, I feel like Indian Creek's going to give Edison their toughest test of the season. Obviously, Edison hasn't had much of a test. Indian Creek gave Beaver Local some fits early on. I feel like they could do the same to Edison, but the Wildcats are going to end up winning this.
Yeah, I like Edison here, and then I think we'll find out and see what Edison's made of come postseason time.
Biggest game of the night.
Oh, God.
Or Jack Kirtland.
Reverse skate. Mikey G.
Yeah, Kirtland 100-0.
Wow.
I'm gonna take Kirtland here.
Am I talking to normal speed?
Nope. Nope.
Wrong
Someone
again.
let me back in. I need to pick this.
Somebody let me back in. He says,
The best is like the voice isn't even on time with him talking.
No.
he sounds
I
like
don't
the
know.
Matchbox
It just happened out of nowhere.
accessory sold separately.
I thought it was it's like at the end of the radio ad where they tried like make sure you don't hear what they're saying.
NMLS.
And if this product
The best was the thumbs down. I can't wait. I can't wait for him to come back. Romo, who's your pick?
I'm gonna take Kirtland in this one.
Hang on. Bring him back in.
Am I good?
Yep, you're good.
Yeah.
Thanks, Matchbox.
Kirtland.
That's all you wanted.
Kirtland. That's all I wanted to do. I needed to say Kirtland. Give me the Hornets.
EB.
It would have been better sped up. But we'll go Kirtland.
Kirtland.
Father Duluth wants his question put up.
Put my question up. All right, here we got here. As of right now, Beaver Local would be playing Akron Buchtel. That's a really.
I've seen
bad
they
draw.
could face off with Hubbard too. Could be Hubbard. Not. That's a more favorable matchup than Buchtel. I tell you that.
Where was the question, though?
Yeah, I didn't.
I don't know if that was.
I think he was just saying as of right now.
Your father's drunk.
Yeah, he probably is.
You didn't get the cucumbers, damn it.
I know. I'm going Kirtland.
This is going to be the upset of the century when the Orange Lions roar away with a 3-point victory over Kirtland tonight. And then they get all the points in the world. They make the playoffs, and they go win the state title.
Wow. If that happens, I'll call every 8-man football game next year. I promise.
We'll keep you on 11. I'm pretty sure. We'll keep you on 11.
That's all.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Those are our games, guys. Congratulations. Yes.
Oh, Salem.
About the big one tomorrow.
We missed
That's
one.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Salem at West Branch.
Okay, 24-point spread here too. I understand that there's some injuries that are being reported to this game. That said, I don't see Salem losing by 24. I see Salem winning this game. I'm taking Salem in this. I think this is the last stand for Jackson Johnson. This is his signature win for his senior year. I don't like what I've heard out of West Branch. And whether it's true or not, I don't know. But I don't like it. I'm taking the Quakers.
I think West Branch is a really good football team this year in Division IV. Really good. With that being said, I'm going to have to take West Branch.
You're a scumbag.
Hey, Father Duluth, we're going to talk about Orange. They're one of our YSN schools. We're going to talk about them no matter what. I got bad news. I'm afraid I got some bad news for you.
Here's the Salem West Branch thing. Salem can score with West Branch. Like they have their firepower offensively. Can you stop West Branch? And that's kind of what it was last year. Is there like church music playing around somewhere?
Somebody landing an airplane?
Yeah.
I think someone's
Like
It's Jamie, of course.
My dad, he's out there on the mower, man. Give him a break. Give him a break. He was in a car accident yesterday. Give him a break.
Oh, jeez.
Is he okay?
Yeah, way to go, guys. Way to go. Pick on the guy who got in a car accident.
Is he okay?
No, yeah, he's all good. He's all good.
well, he's mowing.
If he's mowing the
obviously.
lawn, I think he's all right. I hope.
He
Unless
could
he's-
break both legs and he'd still be mowing the lawn. He loves it.
True American hero. That's Home Depot commercial to the T. But Salem though, like they're gonna be able to score with West Branch, but I feel like Salem's playing a little inspired. You sit there and they're all watching Mitch Davidson up at YSU, and you know we talked about this at our coaches meeting. You have someone from this area who had every reason to transfer out, and you know kind of stuck the course. And this is where people are starting to see what happens when you just stay the path and you do what you're supposed to. And no one knew what Salem was going to be because you had to replace, you know, Blaze this year, and you had some questions. I think they're just starting to figure some things out. They dropped some they probably shouldn't have, or they had a couple close games. but they learned from it, and that's what a lot of teams who are missing players or filling in holes do. I like the Quakes in this one.
Roma?
I'm going to take West Branch.
I love when we have these long drawn out like explanations, and then Romo just goes, "I'm gonna take."
Well, no, I mean, I think that West Branch. I really think that they can make it back to the regional final this year, possibly
without Ursuline in the way.
Yeah, and I mean, West Branch still they put up a good fight. That Ursuline offense was just clicking that night. That could have been anyone's game. Honestly, we saw how good West Branch's offense was throughout the entirety of that season last year. I think this is their region to take this year, and they're going to get some momentum going into that tonight.
How thick is this grass?
I think he's
Mower's loud,
how to
man.
fly an airplane. He doesn't want to have a
Broken
crash
down
car
like
again.
2 or 3 times, you know what I mean? But we're not spending money to buy a new tractor. God forbid.
I wonder who Mikey G's gonna pick.
Yeah, I got to go with West Branch. So Salem's going to score. They're going to put up points. I just don't think Salem's defense is good enough to stop that West Branch offense. It's a close game. It always is. Both of these teams always get hyped up for this game. I think it's a 7-point game, but I like West Branch.
Isn't Glenville 4?
They are, but
They're
Not
region
Glenville
15.
that's right.
or moved down. They're not region 13.
Yeah,
now.
they're
That Glenville team could probably play anybody in the state of Ohio, regardless of
Yeah,
division
for
this year.
Kirtland?
they're loaded. When
Glenville would beat Kirtland by 70.
when I was at the Notre Dame
I would agree with that.
week 1, there was like
70?
Maybe not 70.
players.
17 maybe.
I'm not a mathematician, but I think there's a few digits between those two numbers.
I got excited there for a second. Talking about the card letters. My bad.
I love it. Jamie, who do you have?
Yeah, I mean, I like West Branch in this one, and I definitely like them to win Region 13. This is probably one of the easiest regions I think there is around. Like we talked about how good 21 is going to be with Valley, Kirtland, Mogador's in there as well. Nobody's going to be able to contend with West Branch. They're going to walk away with it into the state Final Four. From there, though, it's going to be really tough because they've got Glenville, they've got Wyoming in there as well. Give me West Branch, though, over the Quakes.
McNuggies. Put a bow on it.
I've had a chance to see Salem play this year back in week 2. They were really impressive. I'm going to go with the upset here. I'm going to take Salem to beat West Branch.
This is a game that is never about records. It's never about records. And I hope to God Drew DeShields plays in this game. I love that kid. He's so fun to watch. He's one of the best quarterbacks we've ever seen come through here on YSN. But if he's not, I think that's all kinds of problems for West Branch. All kinds.
Definitely changes, what you can do. I mean, we were there last year, and it's just like Mikey. I don't know if you've ever called one of these games, but it doesn't matter what sport it is. This is arguably the best rival in Northeast Ohio.
Yeah, I mean, I've called boys, girls basketball games, and it's an awesome rivalry to be a part of.
Rivalry wherever you go. Tonight on the network, all free for you, and that includes tomorrow as well with Salem and West Branch. If you don't have anywhere to go, you know where to be. ysnlive.com/live. For all of us here, make sure you're safe when you're getting out to those games tonight. You guys included. Please enjoy it. Jamie, give your dad the thumbs up for the mower. We appreciate it.
Some natural sound.
Some gnat sound.
Some gnats.
We'll get some B-roll for next time included in our new intro. But until next week, playoff week 1 right here on YSN. Good night, everybody. YSN thanks